Hello and welcome to Board Game Gumbo. Today we're going to be unboxing Irish Gauge from Capstone Games. So let's go ahead and see what's in the box. Irish Gauge is a game for 3 to 5 players, plays in about 60 minutes, and it's a action selection game where you have 4 options for actions to take on your turn. So here we have our rule sheet, fairly straightforward, just 2 pages. As I said, this game relies on you taking one of 4 actions on your turn, so it's fairly straightforward. Here's the board itself. And what you'll be doing during the course of the game is setting up railways on these different hexes, either in the cities or in the building them on the countryside. One of the actions you can take on your turn is to actually build, and there's a little guide here at the top of the board that tells you what it takes to build in each area and how many points it takes. Every time you take a build action, you'll get 3 build points. That's one of the actions you can take on your turn. Another one is to call for an auction of the different railways that are available. So these will be the railway cards here, as well as the money, which is in these card forms as well. So this is all just money. And then here you have the actual stock certificates. So you'll auction one of these at the beginning of the game, one of each color. And they start at the lower value and then go up. They also have different numbers of stocks. So this one you'll see has 4 stocks, whereas this red one only has 3. But at the beginning of the game, you'll auction one of each color. Starting, you have to bid at least the number, the value here, and then progressively higher until somebody wins it. And then you'll go to the next stock, and then obviously the next stock is more expensive, and then the third one is even more expensive. Here you have little trains, which is what you'll put out when you build. So these little trains will go out on the different hexes of the board. And basically you're trying to build different railways. And lastly, we have the interest cubes here. So the way that these work is there'll be a few on the board at the beginning of the game. And those you'll put in the bag and you'll choose randomly. So this cube may be here. And then during the course of the game, one of the actions you can do is to actually draw these from the bag, 3 at a time. And then those cities, the cities that have cubes of these colors, will pay dividend. So the 4 actions you take during the course of the game, the first one is to start an auction for one of the stock certificates. The second is to actually build, to put out tracks onto the board itself. The third is to place one of these cubes. So these interest cubes here, you can actually place into the various cities, at least the cities that don't start with one. And when you do that, you get to choose which color. So if you choose to add a pink one here, you just put it there. And the last one is called dividends. That's the last action you can take. And that's where you'll draw from the bag. And then based off of the railways and how many spots they occupy and what cities they connect to, you'll earn a certain amount of money. And that's it. That's the whole game of Irish Gauge. You'll play until you run out of interest cubes in the bag. And then the player with the most money will be the victor. And that's it. That's all that comes in the box for Irish Gauge. If you've liked our video, please like and subscribe down below. If you have any comments, we'd love to hear from you.